I'm Jennifer Ireland. I'm a beauty makeup artist. I've been working with brides now for 7 years and I feel very honoured to be asked into somebody's house the morning of their wedding, and I'm also very lucky in my job in that I'm just around happy people all the time. I love beauty makeup. I like to enhance natural features, so tend to go for quite soft, beautiful makeups that will just make a bride radiate on the morning of her wedding. I hold bridal trials about 4 to 6 weeks before the wedding, and at the trial we would talk in depth before we even pick up a brush. By this stage you will have picked your dress, you will have an idea of your overall style, the colours in your flowers, things like this will all factor in the style of makeup you go for. Also the time of year can really factor into a summer wedding. A bronzed glowing skin will look beautiful, whereas in the winter a smokier eye and a more velvet finish on the skin could look gorgeous. Makeup's very, very personal, and your wedding day is not the day to start experimenting with that. A lot of my brides tend to go for just a polished version of themselves, which is totally fine. You still want your hubby-to-be to recognise you when you walk up the aisle. This is probably one of the biggest concerns that most brides will have. It's a complete and utter myth that your makeup has to be heavy to make it last. For me, long-lasting makeup starts with the prep, so picking a moisturiser and a primer suitable for your skin type means that you can wear a tinted moisturiser and it will last all day. Lots and lots of light layers will lock in on top of one another, meaning that it will last the small hours when you're dancing on the tabletops. Yes, if you're feeling in any way anxious about your makeup, which I totally understand because it's a very personal thing, book in as early as you like. I would also recommend that you still book in 4 to 6 weeks before the wedding. You may have changed your mind in the months from the first trial to the last one closer to the wedding, but it also refreshes your makeup artist memory too. Being a freelance makeup artist, I'm not tied to a brand. There's no one brand does the best of everything, so it's really nice to be able to pick and choose the best from them all. Yes, I always buy products with sensitivity in mind. I tend to go for the more high-end brands with regards to moisturisers and primers and foundations. They also have some built-in skincare, which is really nice because a wedding day is quite a long day, so it means that it will be nice and nourishing on your face. No problem at all. If you feel completely confident in something that you love and you wear day to day and you want to use that on your wedding day, that's totally fine. I'll still use all my other prep and finishing products, so you'll still get the longevity and professional finish that you've booked me for. A couple of things that you will need. Well, you shouldn't need to top up your foundation or your eye makeup or your blusher, anything like that, but a wedding day is quite a long day. It's quite an emotional day, lots of kissing, lots of eating, lots of drinking, so I always tell my brides to firstly pack a concealer that can just be dabbed underneath the eyes if you've had a bit of a tear and you've just smushed up your eyeliner. Also to pack a pressed translucent powder, and this is just in case you get a bit warm in your dress when you're dancing or if your venue's quite warm. And lastly, just your lipstick. You'll have kissed your husband lots come tea time, so just the same lipstick that your makeup artist has applied that morning. You can just do a little touch up after all the kissing and after dinner. Yes, I'll come to you at home or at the venue. I'll bring my makeup chair with me and also a pop-up table to work from. All I need is a little bit of floor space and some natural light. No, it doesn't matter, so long as hair doesn't need washed after makeup is done. Most hairdressers will advise that you wash it the night before anyway, so it's not too soft. If blow dries do need to be done on the morning of the wedding, just make sure they're done first so that person's free for makeup later on. Firstly, I would advise that you book with a hairstylist that will come out to the house the morning of the wedding, the same as you paid for me to come out to the house that morning. I usually work backwards from the ceremony time, so we aim to have hair and makeup finished at least half an hour before you're due to leave. Then I would allocate about 45 minutes per person and then 10 to 15 minutes to set up and pack up at the end. This just keeps the morning flowing quite nicely. It means we have plenty of time to get everybody ready, plenty of time for touch-ups, and also means there's a bit of overlap time in case there's any sort of unexpected things like flowers arriving or you just want to take a little bit of time out for a few photographs. No, I would usually do the bride and the mum sort of in the middle of all the applications. Just means you're not ready too early, but you're not the last ones to be ready either. Some brides, and very understandably so, can get a bit anxious if everybody else has all their hair and makeup all done and they still have to get a full face of makeup on. Final touch-ups will be done, so it's totally fine if you've had your makeup on at sort of 10, half 10, and you still want to have a little bite to eat or a little sip of champagne. Yes, when booking your makeup artist, first thing you need to do is just look at their portfolio. If their work really appeals to you and excites you, then you're off to a really good start. Next thing I would say is just to take a feeling from just how you are with them over the phone and the tone over the email, and if you feel quite relaxed in their company, then you know you'll be happy to bring them into your house in the morning of your wedding. And lastly, if you feel confident that they will create the look that you desire, then you'll inevitably feel very relaxed with them on the morning of the wedding.